If you pride yourself on being unemotional at work, here's what it's actually costing your team. The calmest operators that I work with don't suppress what they feel. They read it and they choose what they want to do with it. Susan David is a psychologist who wrote a book, Emotional Agility. Put into one sentence, emotions are data, not directives, because most leadership advice tells you the opposite. Control your emotions. Just push through. That advice is part of the problem. And here's what your brain actually does. Something happens, like a negative email comes in, a missed deadline, and an ancient alarm system fires first. I call it the crocodile brain, and it fires before your thinking brain has caught up. Now, if we go back a few hundred years, that fight and flight feeling, that was a saber-toothed tiger. Today, it's a nasty email from a client. It's the same chemical cascade. And most people go straight from this alarm system straight through to reaction. But there is a gap. Here is your ability to create some meaning, and that gap means that you can actually respond. Now, the less conscious you are, the more you skip this gap and go straight into reaction. The more conscious you are, the more you pause. You read the emotion as data and you choose what to do with it next. And that's the difference between reacting and responding. You still feel it, you just stop letting it drive you. So let me show you what it looks like when it goes wrong. I work with a founder, let's call him Mark. He's a very seasoned operator. It's a professional services business and it's doing really well. Yet his sales team needed some changes. Now, the first time he presented the changes, the team pushed back on him hard. So what he did? He avoided the situation. He went quiet and he did nothing. And the problem just sat there and it festered. 5 months later, the same conversion issue, and now the team has an even worse attitude. This time he came in hot. He came in as the attacker. And I said, hey, we're easy. What's going on? He said, I'm going to fire them all. That's how hot it gets when the crocodile brain is driving. So here's where it turned. I asked him this one question. How do we make lemonade from lemons so that the whole team, not just the sales team, can benefit from this situation that's here? That was just that one question that made him pause for a moment in that gap and actually really think. Now, that one question, he went from attacking to actually going, I'm going to work this problem as I would as a coach. But here's the cost. The frustration he experienced was real. It was real data. But treated as an emotional directive has cost him big time in the reduction in his sales capacity in the order of $500,000. All completely avoidable. You don't control your emotions, but you do control what they mean. Save this video for the next time someone tells you to control your emotions.